This is the brand new Jumper T-Lite version 2 RC controller that's the second version of their very popular multi-protocol transmitter. And this comes with either a JP 4-in-1 or an Express LRS internal RC module. So if you're looking for a game style RC transmitter that will control, well, just about anything for around $95 or £80, you should really consider this. Hello and welcome to the Whirlybloke channel. This is YouTube, you know what to do, subscribe and hit the bell for more videos like this. A Jumper have very kindly sent me this ELRS EdgeTX version to have a look at, and it comes in this sort of funky box that says it's small but controls all, which is exactly what it does. So let's take a closer look. So we've got an instruction manual, a bunch of stickers, and under here got an antenna, got the radio, and then under there there's a charging lead, and that's an external module adapter which I'll come on to in a minute. And there's a bunch of stickers on here, warning stickers. Please make sure the antenna is installed before you turn the radio on, otherwise it could damage the module. Very, very true. There's always a danger with these removable antennas. A beginner may forget to screw that on. So let's get rid of that one. On the back here, it's just a warning about making sure that you insert the battery the right way around. So, yeah, this new version, it's got a lot nicer feel than the original, and it's very nicely put together. There's no nasty creaking or other noises, and the finish is much better. It's sort of almost like a silicone finish that does have a quality feel to it. And these are Hall effect gimbals, which they actually feel great. You've got the usual trim controls down here, and in the middle is the big power button.
Welcome to EdgeTX.
Yes, and this one came flashed with EdgeTX. It's version 2.7.1, which is known as Black Pearl, and that's the latest version of EdgeTX. But there's nothing to stop you flashing OpenTX on here if you want, because it's compatible. You've got the sys and the model switches here, and these double as page switches. You just long press for sys and single press to page navigate left and right within the menus. And then up here are the enter and the return buttons, and over on this side are the up and down buttons to navigate up and down the menus. On the top there are a couple of 3-position switches for SWA and SWB, and at the back there's some 2-position switches for SWC and SWD. All normal, to be honest. And on the top is the EdgeTX SD card, which is included in the box, and a USB charge port on here for charging up the battery in the back. And over here there's a trainer port. Now you will need to provide your own 18650 cell for this, and I suggest using a good quality VTC6 style or similar if you can. It just fits in the back here like that, and hopefully if I can get that back on. It's a bit of a fiddle, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Maybe not, there we go. And also on the top there's a couple of mounting holes which are for something like a small FPV monitor if you want to put something on there. On the back, under this sticker, just get that off, this is the slot for an external RC module. And if we look in the box, let's have a look here, they provide this little adapter here, which I'll talk about in a minute. Now, one of the big improvements they've made with this is the power management. The previous version would die pretty quickly, especially if you were running an external module. And if it was more than about 200 milliwatts, you could damage things inside the radio. Now this version is spec'd to take up to a 500 milliwatt external module, but no higher, and I think that's just about fine. So I've been playing about with this for about a week, and I've probably flown 20 flights on this, which is nearly 2 hours of use, and there's still some battery left. But remember that ELRS is generally more power hungry than other protocols covered by the 4-in-1 RC module. So I suspect if you've got that option, it will last longer. And as far as the 4-in-1 multi-protocol version goes, like before, it gives you a huge range of choices. FlySky, Husband, FreeSky, Futaba, SFHSS, High-Tech Radio Link, AES Sky, DSM Walkera, and so on. So, as they say on the box, you can pretty much control all, and you can check out their website for a full spec of exactly what is covered. This display is a backlit 1.3-inch 128 by 64 monochrome LCD, which I generally prefer over colour for a radio, and the viewing angle is pretty good. This is backlit, it's just that I've turned it down so it doesn't swamp out the camera. Now I ordered this version, which has the internal ELRS module, which is selectable from 2550, 100 up to 150 milliwatts. I don't think it really makes any sense to be using a radio like this for long range, so 150 milliwatts is absolutely fine. Packet refresh is anywhere between 25 Hz up to 1 kHz, and this is a 2.4 GHz only. There's no 900 meg version. And Jumper say the control range of this is greater than 5 kilometers. I never fly that far, but I don't have any range problems whilst I've been using this. Now you can fix an external module on the back here using this adapter that Jumper provide. And that's great because it means that you can use whatever RC module that you want. And that's a great idea because you don't need to pull the transmitter apart to plug the module in. There's a little connector on the back here. Now, this adapter is a bit clunky. It sort of works fine, but the standoffs on here are a little bit short. So routing the wires underneath is quite difficult. And to be honest, these wires are a little bit long. I mean, it's not a big deal. Plus, they don't actually provide any screws. And don't forget, this is only spec'd for modules up to 500 milliwatts and no more. So this new version does look very good with the improvements they've made, and at £80 or around $95 it's great value. And I'll leave links in the description where you can check out the latest prices and availability. I ordered the internal ELRS version because I pretty much use that everywhere now. But if you plan to use this to control all your ready-to-fly RC cars, boats, planes and drones, I'd suggest getting the JP 4-in-1 version because you'll be able to use this one transmitter to control all of them. And if you need express LRS for something, just use an external ELRS module on the back. Now, there's quite a few of these game-style controllers around now, and if that's what you're looking for, you should definitely consider getting this. As always, thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, why not subscribe or maybe buy me a coffee to support the channel. And I'll see you next time.